Hey, welcome! So every single day you type something like google.com into your browser, and boom, the page loads instantly. But have you ever stopped to think, how does your computer actually find Google? Like, where does it live on the internet? That's exactly what we're diving into today. By the end of this video, you'll completely understand how DNS works. And trust me, it's way cooler than it sounds. Before we talk about DNS, let's cover something important. IP addresses. Every single device on the internet has a unique IP address. Think of it like a home address, but for computers. A typical IP address looks like this: 142.250.80.46. That's actually one of Google's addresses. Now, remembering numbers like that is pretty hard for humans, right? That's exactly the problem DNS was made to solve. DNS stands for Domain Name System, and the best way to think about it is like a phone book, but for the internet. Instead of looking up someone's name to find their phone number, DNS looks up a website name, like youtube.com, to find its IP address. So when you type a website name, DNS translates it into the actual IP address your computer needs to connect. Alright, let's walk through exactly what happens when you type example.com into your browser and hit enter. First, your browser needs to find the IP address for example.com. It starts by checking its own memory, called a cache. It asks itself, hey, have I visited this site recently? Do I already know the IP address? If yes, great, it uses that. If not, it starts asking around. If your browser doesn't have the answer cached, it sends a request to what's called a DNS resolver, also known as a recursive resolver. This is usually managed by your Internet Service Provider, or ISP. Think of your ISP like the post office. Every DNS request you make goes through them first. The resolver is like a helpful librarian whose job is to go find the answer for you. Now the DNS resolver starts its journey. First stop, the root name servers. These are the top of the entire DNS hierarchy. There are only 13 sets of root servers in the whole world, managed by organizations like ICANN. They don't know the IP address of example.com, but they know where to send the resolver next to find the right zone for .com, .org, or whatever the domain ends with. So the root server points the resolver to the TLD server. That's top-level domain. For example.com, the TLD server handles everything ending in .com. There are TLD servers for .org, .net, .edu, and even country-specific ones like .uk or .in. The TLD server still doesn't have the final IP address, but it knows which authoritative name server to ask, so it passes the baton along. Now, the resolver reaches the authoritative name server, and this is the final boss. This server actually has the real definitive answer. It says, yes, example.com lives at IP address 93.184.216.34. The resolver grabs that answer, sends it back to your browser, and your browser can finally connect to the website. The whole process happens in milliseconds. It's incredibly fast. Let's put the whole journey together. You type example.com. Your browser checks its cache. No answer? Asks the DNS resolver at your ISP. Resolver asks the root server. Get pointed to the TLD server. Get pointed to the authoritative server. Get the IP address. Resolver sends it back to your browser. Browser connects. Done. 5 steps. Milliseconds. That's the magic of DNS. Now, here's a clever trick that makes DNS super fast. Caching. Once your DNS resolver finds an IP address, it stores or caches that answer for a set amount of time. This is called the TTL, or time to live. So the next time you or anyone using the same resolver visits that website, it skips all those steps and answers immediately from cache. This is why DNS is so blazing fast in real life. DNS isn't just about IP addresses. DNS uses different types of records for different purposes. The most common is the A record, which maps a domain name to an IPv4 address. Then there's the 4A record for IPv6 addresses. The CNAME record is an alias, like saying www.example.com is the same as example.com. The MX record handles email routing, and the TXT record stores text, often used for security verification. Each record type serves a specific function. So who's actually in charge of all this? The whole DNS system is overseen by an organization called ICANN, the Internet Corporation for Assigned Names and Numbers. ICANN manages the root zone and delegates control of top-level domains to registry operators. For example, Verisign manages .com. ICANN doesn't control what websites exist, it just makes sure the addressing system stays organized and universal. Now, if you want to own a domain name like mybusiness.com, you go to what's called a domain registrar. Companies like GoDaddy, Namecheap, or Google Domains. These are accredited by ICANN to sell domain names to the public. When you buy a domain, the registrar records your ownership with the registry, like Verisign for .com, and you get to use that domain name for as long as you keep paying for it. Here's something really important. When you buy a domain or change your DNS settings, it doesn't take effect instantly worldwide. There's a process called DNS Propagation. After you update your DNS records, those changes spread or propagate across DNS servers around the world. Because resolvers have cached the old information with their TTL timers, it can take anywhere from a few minutes to 48 hours for everyone to see the updated information. By default, your computer uses your ISP's DNS resolver, but you can actually change this. There are public DNS providers that are often faster, more private, and more reliable. Google's public DNS is 8.8.8.8. Cloudflare offers 1.1.1.1, one of the fastest resolvers in the world. OpenDNS by Cisco is another popular choice. Many people switch to these for better speed, privacy, or to bypass certain restrictions. Here's something a lot of people don't realize. When you use your ISP's DNS resolver, your ISP can see every single website you look up, even if the website uses HTTPS. Why? Because DNS queries are traditionally sent in plain text, unencrypted, so your ISP essentially has a log of your entire browsing history. This is one big reason people switch to Cloudflare's 1.1.1.1, which promises not to log your queries and supports encrypted DNS. Alright, let's do a full real-world walkthrough. You open Chrome and type example.com. Chrome checks its cache, not found. Your OS checks its own cache, not found. Request goes to your DNS resolver, say Cloudflare 1.1.1.1. Resolver checks its cache. Let's say it's not there either. It asks a root server, gets pointed to the .com TLD server, which points to example.com's authoritative server. That server returns IP 93.184.216.34. Done. Chrome connects. You see the page. DNS has a security problem. It was designed in the 1980s when the internet was a much simpler place. Attackers can perform what's called DNS spoofing or DNS cache poisoning, basically lying to your resolver and sending you to a fake website. To fight this, there's DNSSEC, DNS Security Extensions. DNSSEC adds digital signatures to DNS responses so resolvers can verify the answer is genuine and hasn't been tampered with. Traditional DNS is unencrypted, which means anyone between you and the resolver can see your queries. Two modern solutions fix this. DNS over HTTPS, or DOH, sends your DNS queries inside regular HTTPS traffic, so it looks like normal web browsing. DNS over TLS, or DOT, encrypts DNS using TLS on a dedicated port. Modern browsers like Chrome and Firefox already support DOH by default. This makes your DNS lookups private and secure. All right, let's wrap it up. DNS is the internet's phone book. It translates human-friendly domain names like google.com into machine-friendly IP addresses. Your ISP's resolver does the heavy lifting, asking root servers, TLD servers, and finally the authoritative server to get the answer. Domain registrars like GoDaddy let you buy and own domain names. DNS propagation spreads updates worldwide, and modern tools like DNSSEC, DOH, and DOT keep the system secure. The next time a page loads instantly, you'll know the invisible magic behind it. Thanks for watching.